Good morning, gamers, and welcome back to Hellstorm Wargaming. Hope you're all having a fantastic time, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm announcing, but also kind of explaining what exactly is the Las Vegas Nopen and why I'm involved. If you play 40k and you've got any idea of what the tournament scene is about, you've probably heard of the Las Vegas Open, one of the largest events in the world, hosted in Las Vegas, run by Frontline Gaming, and usually the end of the ITC season. It's held in Las Vegas in Bally's Casino usually, and it has a whole bunch of players turn up from around the world to play games. In January 2020, I actually attended in the 40k championships, which was like, I think it was like 1,100 40k players all battling it out to win. It was won by Richard Siegler at the time. But 40k isn't the only game that's hosted at Las Vegas Open. There's like a massive Age of Sigmar event for starters. There's Blood Bowl events. There's any game you can probably think of events, X-Wing, all the jazz. Every game you can think of is all hosted at the Las Vegas Open. Now, with the whole world doing this, having thousands of players turn up from all around the world, it obviously isn't a good idea. So the Las Vegas Open 2021 was recently cancelled for obvious reasons. I mean, we can't deny that it wouldn't be a good idea, and obviously it was probably never going to go ahead this year. And a whole bunch of events this year have been cancelled, such as Adepticon, the Nova Open, and also the Las Vegas Open as well. It's been a real shame this year. There's been no good event coverage because events haven't been running. That's when the Falcon from 40k Stat Center actually contacted me and asked me if I wanted to be involved in the Las Vegas Nopen, which is essentially a perfectly socially distanced 16-man elimination RTT, or tournament. Now, it's a tournament with a little bit of a twist, and I'm going to try and explain it to you. But this event is going to be held between the 29th and the 31st of January, and it's all going to be online, so you can watch it from home. It's not exactly a perfect replacement of the Las Vegas Open or any other event that I've mentioned so far, but it's kind of like something nice that we can do over the same period of the Las Vegas Open would do to bring some awesome 40k content to your eyeballs at that time. So I'm partnering with 40k Stat Center to be involved with this event, along with a whole bunch of other 40k content creators, such as Play on Tabletop, Tabletop Titans, Vanguard Tactics, Art of War 40k, Art of War Down Under, Forge the Narrative, and also Goonhammer from goonhammer.com. Now, this is an interesting RTT concept, and I really like the idea of it, and it works really well for the sheer volume of content creators from all around the world where we don't have to mix together. Now, this 16-man elimination event is not about the players progressing through an elimination, it's about the lists progressing through an elimination. So I noticed a lot of people can't quite get their head around the concept, so I'm going to explain it with half the amount of players. We're going to do an imaginary eight-man elimination event in the same concept. So let's say there's 4 channels that are going to be involved in this imaginary event. There's Hellstormwargaming, there's Tabletop Titans, there's Vanguard Tactics, and there's Art of War 40k. Now, each of us will submit a list. As normal, we're going to have 2 players from each channel, and they're all going to submit a list. So there's now 8 players or 8 lists. Now let's say it's myself and Elliot. We've both submitted a list. There's Brian and Adrian from Tabletop Titans. There's Steve and Jake from Vanguard Tactics. And then there's Richard and Nick from Art of War. Now, we'll all submit a list, but we'll also play against each other in our own studios. So I'll play against Elliot, round 1. Brian and Adrian will play against each other in their studio over in, I don't know whereabouts they are in the US. Vanguard Tactics, Steve and Jake will play in their studio down south somewhere. And then Nick and Richard will play in Florida. Now, we'll play a normal game and we'll live stream it to our own channels, but they'll also be live streamed via 40k Stat Center Twitch channel, where they'll be giving more in-depth commentary whilst we play our games. Once we have a winner, each list will progress to round 2, not necessarily the players. So let's say I win mine, Brian wins his, Steve wins his, and Richard wins his. Now, all those 4 lists will now transfer to round 2. So now you're left with 4 lists, not 8. So now the 4 lists, obviously, they'll start going against each other. And this is where it starts getting interesting, because rather than like me, let's say I win, and I'm going to play against Brian's list, I'm not going to travel over to the US in between rounds to go play against him, because 1, that's ridiculous, and 2, I don't want to. Don't want to, you know. So what will happen is the lists will still go against each other, but they'll be hosted by 1 channel. So let's say we are given that round. So I will take my list and I'll pitch it against Brian's list, but Brian's list will be played by Elliot. And the same will be done for the other 2 channels. So one of the 2 channels who play, they'll move on. Someone will play round 2. It'll be probably one of the channels involved in the round 1, but it might not be. It could be a totally different channel playing 2 of the lists that they've been given. And then this will repeat until we have a finale. The 2 lists will pitch against each other. Let's say it's my list versus Steve's list, for example. They'll pitch against each other and then we'll have a winner. Now, I don't know who's going to get the crown. It's either whoever played the last round and won, or it's going to be a person who wrote the list. I don't know. But that's kind of the concept. So the lists will progress, but different channels will pick up each round and each matchup. And this gives us a way that we can all play in this RTT, but we can all do it from the comfort of our own studio. We don't have to travel anywhere, and we're not putting anyone at risk. And also get to provide some awesome content for you guys at home. Now, it's not only just about providing content. There's also raffles and prizes involved on the 40k Stats Center Twitch channel. They're going to be running raffles and giveaways and donation, like prize goals, etc. Because it's all going to be in aid of the Coronavirus Relief Fund, which is kind of like a charity that helps frontline workers all around the world. It's a charity driven idea, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. So that's kind of how it works. Again, when we've got 16 players, there's 16 lists all going against each other. They'll keep progressing on. Each matchup picked up by different channels at different times. And it's really fun. It's a really cool concept. And it's like, it's such a cool workaround for having all these content creators like work together to bring like some cool content to you guys from, and keeping everyone safe and helping a charity all at the same time. Like, what's not to love? So it's it's a really cool concept. There is a website you can have a look at now. It's going to be getting updated over the next few weeks. So it's not currently finished, but you can kind of get some more information about it there at lasvegasnopen.net. But let me know what you think. I think it's a really cool concept. I'm really excited to play. Obviously, I will be playing, and I'm going to be making a video on Premium just after Christmas, probably before New Year, about the list I'm thinking about taking, and let you guys know and let you have a little bit of a sneak peek. But that'll be for people who support the channel at Hellstormwargaming, or become a member right here on YouTube at tier 3, and you can do that today. Extra videos all the time. But who would you like me to play with? Now, I've asked a couple of guys who's free, but we haven't decided exactly who's going to be playing or who I'm going to be playing against. But who would you like to see from this channel, and what would you like to see them play? I'd love to know what you guys kind of expect us to take. So we're going to be taking lists that are reminiscent to what we would take to a large tournament and playing them to our best of our abilities. So we're not going to be holding back, but also we're going to try and make some good content for you. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you've got any questions about the event, I'll try and explain it as best I can in the comments. I'll be answering all day. Massive shout out to 40k Stats Center of the Falcon and Val for inviting me to be part of this awesome event. I'm really excited to be part of it, and I think it's a really good initiative. So massive shout out to them. There'll be more stuff happening on the run up, I imagine, but this is going to be happening at the end of January, so it's between the 29th and 31st of January in 2021, and it's going to be pretty cool. So let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. If you like the video, then like it. If you dislike it, then dislike it. That's totally fine by me. It's totally up to you. It's your prerogative. But hopefully I will catch you in the next one. If I don't see you before then Merry Christmas, because it's nearly Christmas. I know, especially in the UK, it's going to be pretty tough because of everything that's happening, but Merry Christmas, and I am thinking of you. Make sure you check out all the links in the description to find out all our social stuff, join the Discord, etc, and have a great day. And I love you all, and bye-bye.